Welcome to another episode of the Grooming podcast. I'm your host, Harley Fox, and today on the show we got Josh Koitka. Josh is ex-Royal Australian Infantry and later in his career moved to Signal Corps. And since leaving the Army, he has created a brand called Jericho Australia. Jericho deal in men's care products with a lot of beard care and fragrances and stuff, which we'll learn all about today, how that came about. If this podcast enticed you to try any of that stuff, make sure you use the code TheGreyManPodcast for 15% off. Also, make sure you click that subscribe button. Do me a favor, help the channel grow. And thanks for listening.
Good call.
Cool. You're infantry, were you?
I was, yeah. I did 5 years as a grunt, 8, 9 hour. Posted there when was it? It was 2008. Posted there. And then I was there 5 years and then I transferred to Signals Regiment, telecommunication technician.
Oh, yeah.
Then I did the rest of my career there. Got out 2018, August.
Okay.
Yep.
How long were you in for?
11 years. Yeah, just under 11 years. Did as soon as I got out, I went over to. I was lucky because I transferred. See, if I didn't transfer, I would have been bloody, sucking my thumb on the side of the road, mate. I would have had nothing to do. It would have been a cop, security guard, coming from a grunt, private security, but it wasn't my thing, And
Sigs gave you a fucking bit more life skills.
Yeah, man. I walked into like a really, really well-paying job with Optus as I was on the Home Affairs account as the network engineer team lead. Double my salary from in the Army, and then I did that. And then I went over to Telstra after that, and then I actually went back onto defence because Telstra looks after all defence networks, and so I was based back out at Gal Barracks, and working on DRN, DSN networks again.
Back with the boys.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking DRN's a nightmare.
It is, yes.
I remember when I left, I'm like, oh, thank God I never have to deal with this shit again.
Yeah.
And then now I'm working as a rehab consultant on the DRN.
Oh, really? Mate, it follows us, eh?
Fucking log it in, call an IT, going,
yeah.
What am I doing back here?
Mate, yeah, you have to change your password every 28 days, and then you always just change that one number. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. All.
Yeah. Fuck, it's a nightmare. And then if you have any time off, you come back and it's all fucking reset.
Exactly.
With IT all day.
Yeah.
It's
a nightmare.
Fucking slow.
It is.
And you want to quickly Google something. Can't.
Yeah. Oh, mate. And DSN is just a whole different ballgame in itself, because it's all that secret stuff. So, you have to jump through a lot of hoops to get into that. And, it's a nightmare in itself.
So did you have to go back and get like extra clearance and stuff?
No, I was pretty lucky, yeah, because I had my NV2 clearance, top secret clearance, and for when I was a network telecommunication technician in SIGs, and then it got sponsored by Optus on the Home Affairs account, and then I went over to Telstra. The sponsor just continued. So I think that was half the reason why I got the job, because I had that clearance.
Yeah, fucking that'll make a massive difference.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I know because it's a long, painful process.
It is, and they ask you for like the last 10 years of your life, and I think it's even longer actually.
Who you dated, where you 100%, travelled, where they've travelled.
If you're gay, what type of porn you watch.
What the fuck?
Yeah, literally. I'm like, I like the ones, with the scenarios, where it goes into a bit of detail.
I like the story.
I like the storyline,
Cool.
Yeah.
You from Brisbane or?
I was born in Innisfail, but grew up in Brisbane. Basically was here from 2-3 years old, so my whole life here.
Where's Innisfail?
North Queensland, far North Queensland, about an hour north of Cairns. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Fucking like it up there?
I love Cairns. I was there actually the other week, just catching up with some cousins and stuff. But Innisfail's not pretty boring, but it's a real big Italian community there because my background's Italian, and but there's not much there. Just a lot of cane and old buildings.
Yeah, like most Queensland country towns.
Yeah.
So where'd you go to school?
Went to Padua College, just over the road here. Yeah. That was a good school.
Fucking, I think it was Dylan. Dylan went there. Oh no, he did a speech there the other day.
Yeah, I would like to send my son there, but we live in Northlake, so it's just a bit too far.
Yeah, it's gonna be convenient, eh?
Yeah, we'll see though. Who knows where I'll be living, and he's only 4, so
Yeah.
and you can't start there till grade 5, so
Oh, yeah, got another 6 years.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, man, my daughter goes to Ashgrove because I lived over there when she was born till she was 8. So I've been here for 2 years.
Oh yeah,
but I didn't want to change her school. So going to Ashgrove with the fucking peak hour traffic in the morning and picking her up and coming back with the bigger. Wow,
and
so
you get over that real quick, eh?
But it's worth it, own your own place.
That's right. It's worth it for them.
And then fucking couple of years into the drive, you're like, oh, kill me.
Exactly.
And there's a school literally right there. She could walk out the back fucking gate into the school grounds. I drive past it in the morning. Oh.
We make it harder for ourselves. Yeah.
Back in our day, fucking parents didn't give a fuck what we wanted.
Mate, 100%. I always think about that. Like, I would not trust, my son, like, catching the buses and, walking to school, not that I don't trust him, I just don't trust anyone else, you know? But, when we grew up, like, I was, I think it was grade 6, I was on the bus, like, I was small. I was a small kid, you know? And like, but
age 6
so
or
much
grade 6?
Grade 6, and no way, age 6, bloody hell. Mate, I would not be here now if I was catching the bus at bloody age 6. No, but it's just crazy. Like, so much trust, playing out to playing outside to 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night as a kid, now it's just, in bed by 8 o'clock.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I can come back when the street lights are on.
Yeah.
I was telling my daughter the other day, I was like, our parents had no fucking clue where we were. We leave in the morning. Sometimes they lock the door. Like, we weren't allowed back in the fucking house.
Exactly. I used to jump through the window.
Then they'd hear you. What are you doing inside?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then fucking you just got to be back when the street lights are on, which is like 6, 7 o'clock, depending on the month.
That's right. Yeah, no idea where we are.
Yeah, no phones. Fucking, you can just. So what did you do?
Life was good, man.
Fucking adventures.
Life was good. Yeah.
Form little street gangs and fucking.
Yeah. You're forced to communicate with people,
Yeah, it's definitely more creative.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably gave us better social skills too.
I definitely agree. Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see how this generation turns out.
Oh, mate, it's going to be interesting for sure, especially with AI and now, people just talk to that shit all the time. G'day, mate, how's your day going?
Mate, I'm fucking, I got to admit, I'm guilty of it sometimes.
Mate, I say please, thank you. I talk to it like a
thanks, mate.
Yeah, 100%.
I use Copilot for all my fucking, I'm on it all day. Like, I put descriptions for the podcast and stuff, and it knows everything because I just put the name of the guest in, and it just Googles it obviously internally and goes, oh yeah, fucking Josh has done this, and this with his life. I'm like, fucking hell, how'd you know all that?
I know.
Give me a description for a reel. This is what we talked about, and he's like, I was like, I need a name for you, bro. He's like, call me Lex.
Man, it's crazy, and what's the most crazy thing is that it's just starting. Like, we just don't know where it's going to be in even 10 years. And like that, robots are coming in people's houses now. With that, Tesla robots and stuff. It's just crazy.
I don't know how fucking quick they'll take off.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be interesting too when that comes around.
Mate, the fucking speed is astronomical. Like, you see the progression from those baby reels to now you got the Yeti ones and now you've got just full fucking action fucking clips and news articles and stuff that are 100% AI.
Yeah, I saw that video where it's the people reporting about the floods or whatever, and it just
but this is not real.
You just can't tell the difference. It's just crazy, man. And the one where the UFO, the lady is in the farm paddock and she's and the UFO flies in. It's just. Well, dude, can you imagine that 10 years ago? But that would be,
everybody believing it.
Everyone be. It's just crazy.
Yeah, fucking nice.
It's good.
Just pull this fucking helmet down under your face.
There?
You can pull it towards you.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There you go. Cool.
Yeah, cool. So fucking after school, did you have any jobs before the army? Or?
Mate, I was a pastry chef.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. That's actually where I learned to whip, do all the piping for our beard butters. You know? Yeah. I used to work at a place called Dolce Sapore. It's a little Italian shop at Clayfield. It's closed down now though, but that's where it was like an Italian pastry shop, and that's where I learned all my pastry skills there. And
Did you do a 4-year apprenticeship for that? Or?
yeah, it was a 3-year. It was a combined dual trade where it was pastry chef slash baker.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I did my pastry component at this place, and while everyone else was going out clubbing, 18, 19, I was working weekends, 5 a.m. till 4 in the arvo.
Yeah.
And it was a nightmare. I bloody hated it. I hated it. And then after that, I was a personal trainer at Good Life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was before I joined the army.
Yeah.
And that was going nowhere real quick. That was just, partying and, just standing next to people counting 1 to 10.
Yeah. Like counting sheep. Eh?
Yeah, mate.
I was a personal trainer fucking back in the day as well when I got out. I was a cook in the Navy, and then when I got out, so I cooked for a couple of years afterwards, and then I transferred into PT.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, like I'd fucking put myself to sleep counting reps.
Yeah, mate.
It was like counting
the idea of it sounds really good, live that fitness lifestyle, but you get over it real quick,
Yeah,
I honestly think it's like a novelty, unless you really, really dedicate your life to it, it's really can be really successful.
Yeah.
But it's the novelty of that job, which is really makes you want to do it.
Yeah. It's fucking it's Groundhog Day. I've actually I go to a gym now in South Brisbane called Crux.
Yeah.
And the dude that owns that gym, I used to work with him at Fitness First 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So he's fucking been cracking along ever since, and
nice.
He's got his own gym and stuff now.
Yeah, my best mate has his own. He used to have his own gym. Now he does it, a bit of private stuff. But that's what I mean. Like you really have to dedicate your life to that type of lifestyle. You got to live it, breathe it.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to love it. I was saying to him fucking this week, I was like, mate, don't you ever fucking just feel like it's just Groundhog Day again and again, same shit every day? He's like, no, we're always, doing something different and looking at content and getting staff and blah, blah, blah. Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
No, not me.
Wasn't for me.
I did it for long enough, mate. That was it. And that was like 6 months.
Yeah, it's definitely long enough. And the hours, fucking split shifts.
Yeah. You come in, work from 8 till 10 or whatever, go home, have a nap, and then come back and do 3 till 7 at night or whatever.
Yeah. Outside of people's business hours.
Yeah. No, it's a no from me.
Were you fit, living the lifestyle?
I guess so. I was smoking. I've been a smoker most of my life. On and off, I just quit recently, and then I just started again. Quit recently, it's an ongoing battle. But
where you at today?
I had one today. So I had one this morning. But I stopped. I vaped for a while. Got over that. But not a drinker. I drink socially. If I'm at an event, but I won't come home, have a beer, watch football, whatever like that on the weekend. You won't ever see me sitting at the back of the house having a beer.
Yeah.
But just don't. I don't know. Just
maybe you maybe that time in your formative years when you were cooking instead of fucking drinking.
Exactly.
To not shape you into an alcohol.
Yeah, no. It's just I don't know, and I don't like the feeling of really being drunk either.
Yeah. I don't like the feeling of being fucking hungover.
Yeah, that's right.
That's enough of a deterrent.
I like the feeling of being tipsy, but not being drunk.
Oh yeah, fucking oath. Yeah, I've been drunk as well. Especially when you get way too far drunk and the fucking room starts spinning and
exactly.
Regretting all your life choices. Throwing up. Yeah, fucking I'm a bit of a lightweight. I drink pretty consistently, just not a lot.
Yeah.
I'll have a whiskey fucking while I'm cooking dinner or something.
Yeah, nice.
But I don't.
I like the idea of it. In the movies when you see everyone always drinking whiskeys and straight, it looks cool.
Yeah, that's what I do, yeah.
It looks cool, but then you taste it and you're like, oh, God.
I like it. I actually enjoy it.
Some people, mate, it's a huge thing, There's whiskey clubs and but unless I don't mind real smooth whiskey, but there's some ones that just tastes like poison.
Oh yeah, you're not drinking fucking Bacardi or anything, fucking straight.
Yeah, 100%.
I think as I've gotten older and my fucking taste buds have matured from whatever the fuck was the cheapest thing to buy back in the day. Yeah, definitely. Bacardi and fucking I don't know what Beanley rum and all that sort of shit, and then so I sort of just dabble in top shelf whiskies.
Yeah,
I'll
nice.
just go to Dan Murphy's and look at the top shelf and find whichever one's on sale and grab that one.
I was like Bundy rum, man. Just the smell of that just sends me off. Like I had like a real bad experience with Bundy, and like when I was like 14, 15 at a school party. I think I was getting like the older kids, you know, to buy us alcohol, like the ones that got kept back and they were in grade 12, you know, the ones that turned 18 early.
You got to get back in grade 1.
Yeah. And it was, for some reason, it was always Bundy rum. I don't know why. It was just a big thing back then. But just the smell of it now, it always makes me gag. It's it's gross. It's disgusting.
Everyone's got one. Yeah. Mine's fucking Tullamore Drew, the most random of fucking alcohols.
Yeah, that is random.
Yeah. Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
But fucking, I was like 16 and my friend bought a bottle of Tullamore Drew over and I sat there with a fucking shot glass and I must have gone through 3/4 of the bottle by myself. And I'm like, I was fucked. I should have my stomach pumped actually, like probably. But yeah, I can't, like, even Scotch, like as a whole, fucking, it's like, ew.
Yeah, it is. Scotch is definitely that. Brandy, I don't know how brandy is still a thing.
Yeah, that's like fucking from Grandma's cooking cupboard.
Literally.
That's what I got drunk on first time, actually.
Yeah, right.
Grandma's cooking brandy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, took it to a fucking house party.
I don't mind that like the flavored tequila, like you know, like Cafe Patron, you know, They don't make it anymore. I don't think. I got a couple of you know, still sealed bottles at home. I'm waiting to crack for like an occasion or something. But I love that Cafe Patron and Sambuca too. I don't mind Sambuca.
Like on the rocks.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Even shots, just like that black Sambuca. Straight. That's always my go-to if I go to a club or like, actually not a club, I've been to a club for years, but a bar, you know, everyone's buying shots, it'll be Sambuca for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You do the fucking Jaeger bomb?
No, I used to do the Jaeger bomb, but that was back 18, 19. That was like, me and my mate used to call them Rona Meisters. We used to have the Jaeger bomb and then scull a Corona after.
Oh yeah.
And there was one time I did it at the family nightclub in the Valley. I did this whole experience and then literally spewed up at the bar, like just hurled it, like you know, like those old clowns with that. Just all over the bartender. It was like full on like movie style projectile vomit. And I didn't. And the funny thing was, I didn't even get kicked out, man.
Really?
Nah, they just said, "Go and clean yourself up."
What
and
the fuck?
That was it. Didn't even get kicked out. They were real lenient back then. It was good.
Wow. Fuck yeah, no.
Yeah.
Would have come out fucking colourful as well.
Definitely.
You know what my favourite cocktail is at the moment, actually, speaking of fucking Coronas, is in Canada they're called Bulldog margaritas. But I think in America they're called Coronitas. But you have a margarita and you fucking put a Corona
I've seen them.
upside down.
I've seen them. And they serve it like that, don't they? Yeah, I've seen that.
And it's sort of like you pull it up a little bit to break the seal and it sort of chugs out a little bit and you have this margarita and Corona.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, it does sounds good. Yeah, I don't mind a Corona. I'm definitely a beer fan, you know. Black Flag's probably my favourite beer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't mind the old Black Flag.
I go Larry's.
Oh, yeah, Larry's is good. Yeah.
Larry's is my go-to.
Yeah.
I've just switched over to Status Quo Mountain Culture.
I think I've tried it.
I went to the beer festival the other day. One of my mates, one I just mentioned before, actually, that fucking all the beer reps give him free shit up in North Lakes.
Yeah, nice.
They gave us tickets to the craft beer festival at the Cultural Centre.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks
Nice.
back. So we had fucking free drinks and Mountain Culture gave us a bar tab.
Is it free drinks while you're in there?
No.
Oh, I was going to say.
For us it was.
Oh, nice.
Because he knows a bunch of the beer reps.
Oh, that's awesome.
Just feeding us fucking drinks. And then they gave us like a fucking 4-hour bar tab at Archive and that got messy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good time.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
But put me onto this Mountain Culture fucking beer, which is
is it just like a crafty?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Fuck, give it a go.
What does it taste? Is it like pale?
Yeah, it's like a pale ale. Fucking, I got one here. I'll give you one before you go.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely a pale ale fan for sure.
I'll make a reel out of that and get them to sponsor me.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
Yeah, so fucking Patissier and then PT and then fucking what took your eyes to the fucking military?
I was actually trained a guy. I actually don't know why I was training him because he was a lot fitter than I was. I think it was just, I think he just moved. He got posted to Brisbane, and he just kind of wanted to, not train on base. And then I was just chatting into about it. And then honestly, after that, my mates were like, "Let's do that." The reserve type thing where I think it was like you go there for 4 weeks, or I can't remember what it was at the time, but I was like, oh yeah, let's do that. And then I went to like back then it was called a Joe's Day, where it was like they tell you a bit of info about it, and you do like your testing and stuff like that. So I went and did all that, and then a couple of weeks later I got the offer, and it was pretty much nothing. Like I didn't test well.
You could be a grunt,
yeah, I was like a grunt, a cook, or a grunt. That was literally it. There wasn't much, But I didn't apply myself well in school either. But anyway, and then so I was on a whim, and then I wasn't going to do it. And then I was like, right up until the day, I was like, nah, I'm going to not do this. This sounds weird. Like, this is weird. And then I did it. And then I remember I got to Kapuka. I was laying there the first night in bed, and I'm like, what the fuck have I got myself into? That was such an experience, man.
After being screamed at all day.
Mate, that was an eye opener. Because you look at the world as, a certain way, and then you step into like a completely different world, like at the drop of a hat, and it's just, it just completely changes your whole outlook on everything, and like you look at people differently, and like, cause you've never really been spoken to like that, and like everyone's kind of nice to you, like growing up, and then you just get treated like absolute dog's ball, and it was crazy. But, still, it was the best decision I ever made in my life joining the army, you know, like there's a lot of bad aspects about it for sure. But, it's made me the person I am today, 100%.
Yeah, with that structure and discipline and stuff.
It definitely did, And, like, even though I don't follow a lot of that discipline, in, like, my everyday, but it just gave me a different outlook on life, Like, I don't make my bed, like, the way they teach me to do it. I don't iron my clothes,
You're not bouncing the fucking point off it.
And, like, my house isn't regimented, and a lot of blokes are like that, But it's definitely made me the man I am today for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even just fucking small things like not the, fucking using a piece of cardboard to fold your fucking shirt to 20 centimeters and 40 fucking centimeters, but just, keeping a tidy house and getting along with people and,
definitely,
all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. And it makes you treat your mates like differently as well, because, like school's a lot different, because school's one thing, you're just kind of there to learn and I guess the social side of things. But when you're, in the army, in the military, you look at your mates differently because they got your back, and you treat them differently and they treat you differently. And you really do build like that family style friendship, and it's just, but like, I'll tell you what though, infantry is a lot different to SIGs in terms of mateship. My experience anyway. Like I'm still best mates with all my infantry mates. They're like my main friend group today. And all the guys that I was friends with in SIGs, I probably about one bloke that I still talk to.
Yeah.
Just grunts are a different breed, man. They're just a different breed.
You reckon that's like the trauma bonding sort of fucking
I definitely
thing?
think so. Yeah. And but to accept being a grunt, you have to be a certain type of bloke as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to be, you kind of have to be kind of, like you have to be fit, and you have to be. It's a boys' club. You know what I mean? And you kind of, and we all live the same life, man. We all share the same stories. We all, we think the same. It's just crazy. Like it's how alike we are with each other. It's just like, and there's guys that I haven't seen, for like 10 years, and I'll go and we speak to each other exactly the same way, pick up the same convos. It's like, it's just crazy.
Yeah. I got fucking my two of my best mates, are guys that I lived with when we were in the Navy. We lived in a house off base together. And they're still fucking two of my best mates today. That was back in 2005. But yeah, the military bond is
it's strong, man. Really, it's strong.
It's funny you say that about SIGs though, because maybe it's the more technical. You reckon you're sort of doing your own job and you're not putting into those situations where you've got each other's back and embracing the suck as much.
Yeah. Look, when I was in Iraq, I went over as a SIG, and we were like, literally in like like a little admin room for like 9 months, So there's a lot of time for bonding. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know. I think it's just like the type of, actually, I don't know how to say this, but the type of bloke, you know what I mean? Like, I think I was just I had more in common with the grunt style type of guy. You know what I mean? But like I share a lot of commonalities with the SIGs as well. With those types of guys. But I guess just I bonded better with the grunts.
Autism.
I think that might be it, mate. I honestly think it might be a little bit of autism, 100%. Like we all have that addictive personalities. Like we all want to achieve the best we really want to achieve the best we can in life. And like in our our group chats on Facebook, like everyone's always like pushing each other, like trying to bring out the best in each other. Everyone like wants to do the best for their families, even though everyone's broken, like everyone's got buddy, but everyone's on the pension, everyone's, basically half of them aren't even working, but that they still want to do the best they can, with what they can do,
Yeah, with what they
So, yeah. But yeah, just never had that in SIGs. But that just might have been my experience. So
you did 7 years at 8-9.
5 years at 8-9.
5 years at 8-9.
Yeah, and the rest at 7 CSR for SIGs. Yeah, 8-9 was awesome though.
Did you do any trips with them?
No, none with 8-9. I went to DFCE though with 8-9.
What's that?
Defence Force Correctional Establishment.
as a guest or a fucking
No. we were getting our I was meant to go to Timor and we were getting all our kit fitted out for Timor, and someone took a bivvy bag. And still to this day, I'm not going to name who they were, but someone took a bivvy. Yeah, that's right. Someone took a bivvy bag, and long story short, I ended up taking the wrap for it. It was being handed back. It was only gone for like about 2 hours.
Took it from where? The
Q store, and and it was all handed back. Everything was all good, but they just decided to take it out on me, and yeah. Long story short, 21 days in DFCE 21 days. Correction stage 1, cell block E, cell E6, SUS Koitka, 21 day stuff. Still remember it to this day.
What was that like?
Oh yeah, there was 4 blokes in there at the time. I remember getting there on the plane, and I was because they make it. They so basically, as soon as you get charged, right? As soon as you get charged, you're basically lower than a recruit. That's like your rank is no longer private. You're now SUS, soldier under suspension. And then they basically drive you straight to your house and pack your bag. And you can't go upstairs by yourself though. They come up with you, help you pack your bag, drive you to the airport, and then it's basically 2 people escorting you. You're like a full on prisoner. You're not wearing cuffs though, but it feels like you are. And went to DFC in Sydney or Holsworthy, and you drive in about, I think I got there like 9 at night, and as soon as you get there, it's all guns blazing. They just yell and scream like 9 times worse than Buddy Kapuka. Oh, yeah. They strip you down naked, make you spread your arsehole. Oh, yeah, cavity check. And then basically straight into the cell, and you're just sitting there laying like, what the hell? But yeah, your room's all set out like Kapuka style, but like to the extremities, like everything is measured like centimeters apart. Yeah. Everything has to be perfect. Wake up in the morning, then there's all these lines like throughout the establishment. You have to ask permission to do everything. Yeah. SOS Koitka requests permission to enter the ablutions. Who the fuck calls it ablutions? Yeah. And then, you'd have to report to all these lines. You have like lessons. You got to paint the bloody rocks. You get an hour of gym time every day, which was good. Nice. But yeah, so
still doing PTSD.
Still doing, mate. They don't miss out on that. And then you got your classrooms. You do lessons. There's lessons on it was all like sub 1 style lessons.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, that was 21 days, and then got back, and that was it.
How'd you feel about that? Did it make you fucking
resentful
of the army?
Yes, I had to transfer after that because not straight after that, but my career kind of went Went downhill
Fuck
from
this
there.
place.
Yeah, from grunt style. Yeah, I had to get out of there. Best decision I ever made was to get out of there and go to SIGs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How hard was it to transfer if you didn't do too well in the aptitude stuff?
Mate, honestly, like, I got a lot better. I don't know, my brain must have got better, mate, because like I learned, I was fine with it, you know. Like, and there was a lot of maths, and I sucked in maths in school, but you know, like, just kind of retaught because they teach it, you know, like they have people coming from TAFE. You know, you're basically doing and it's 18 months of IETs, you know, and they come in, they actually get like civilians to come in and like teach it for 12 months, like full on TAFE style, and you get certificates out of it and stuff, and they teach you basically like all your maths again. So as long as you know, you can do basic addition. I'm sure it's okay. You know.
Did you have to do something to prove that you were fucking worthy? Like,
No,
no, you just put
no.
the papers in and they let you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
For that, I think that I just transferred. Like, and there were some guys that are dumber than me, man. Like there was some like shockers there. Yeah.
It's always like that, eh? You're like,
Yeah.
fucking, it feels like it's so hard to get in, and then you get in, and
Yeah.
there's this fucking.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. But no, I was fine. Like, I was actually really surprised with how well I went, to be honest. And but you know, it's then I actually became really, really good at routing, you know, like Cisco routing, did my CCNA, CCNP, all paid for by myself. And then, you know, which is basically, you know, and then basic like maths, really. And I was bad with numbers, as I said, but yeah, became pretty good, man. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, but you know,
up.
I think, yeah, definitely. And yeah, so that was good.
Where's 7CSR located?
Gallipoli Barracks. I was basically posted to Brisbane my whole career, except for the 18 months in Holsworthy. Holsworthy. 18 months in Watsonia in Victoria.
Yeah.
So just outside of Melbourne City, it was awesome.
Wearing polys to TAFE every day.
No, we didn't have to wear polys, just cams.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was awesome. It was really, really good IETs. You know, it was you know, it was, you lived on base, and like they had like these little pods, I think they call them, but they were like full on like little stylish rooms. You know, little single man rooms, but they were awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, fun times. That was fun times. Yeah.
So you went to Iraq.
Yeah.
What was that trip?
Taji 2, 2015, 2016. Did 9. It was originally 6 months.
Yeah.
And then it got extended another 3 months. So I did 9 months there. It was cold and then it was hot. It was, but it was good. I actually got deployed with 8-9.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that was interesting.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah, that's right. But no, it was good. I mean, a lot of gym. Didn't go outside the wire too much, like a little bit, you know. But all the Yanks Brits were there. It was a long trip, man. You know, like it was just like repeat. You know, day in day out, repeat.
What did they look like?
It was. I think there was 6 people in our little like looking after our area. So it was in the tech group. So it was basically but it was a 24-hour shift. You know what I mean? So we were basically, you'd do like 6 till 6.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just sitting in the room. But we basically rebuilt the entire barracks or the base, or whatever you want to call it. Because the first guys that went in there did a rush job. You know, they just had to build the network and get it set up. So there was cables and shit everywhere. And we basically had to go in and, you know, rebuild it. So it was like, it looked good. And like, it wasn't, you know, people were tripping over wires and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of physical stuff to it as well. But also a lot of, you know, getting up all the SAT shots and, you know, all the building the networks, DSN, DRN monitoring. And then we had to do all like all the top secret, you know, networks as well. So yeah, it was a long trip, man. It was a long trip.
9 months is a long time to be in country. Yeah.
It was long. But we did the 2-week break, like a Rockfa, where they sent us.
Rockall?
Yeah, Rockfa.
Where'd you go?
Yeah, Rockfa's what, Return to Australia or whatever it is. Yeah. I went to England.
Yeah.
And I loved it. Did like for a week in London and then 3 nights in Newcastle. You know, I used to watch that show Geordie Shore when I was growing up, so I was like, had to go and see what it was all about. It was hectic. That was crazy 3 days there. It was just party time the whole time. It was good. And then I went to Germany for 3 nights after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a miss or anything at home, or did she come over?
No. I went over single and came home single.
Yeah.
And
Or you had a missus when you left?
got
Got a Deej on at some stage?
Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, definitely. I did have a girlfriend when I left, but that was like on the verge of ending anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And then I ended it like about a weekend, so basically single the whole time.
Yeah.
And then I met a German girl while I was in England, and then I went to her hometown in Germany, Stuttgart. I think I used to love the saying of the name Stuttgart. And
quick mover.
yeah, and that she was that was what happened there? I think she went back to Germany, and then so I met her in England, and then I went to Stuttgart with her for a few days, and just as soon as I left, it was
Yeah.
It's not like nothing was going to continue there.
Holiday fling.
Yeah.
No, fucking first date, fucking meet at the bar. Second date, meet the parents.
That's right. Yeah. And then I got back, and then I was basically in a relationship about 6 months later, about a year, broke up, and then 6 months later now with my now wife. And May 2018 was when I started with my current wife. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Look at you go, remembering your anniversary.
Yes. Well, I missed because we got married in May, 26th of May, just last year. But I missed our anniversary, like our original anniversary. And I was like, well, let's just, we got the wedding coming up. We'll just kind of restart our anniversary, and it didn't turn out well. Yeah. It was a bad decision on my end.
Got our both.
Yeah, that's right. Now it's the one because it's the wedding. That's the one per year. But
okay.
but now it's all good. But not originally. Oh well.
Nice. So you met her while you're in.
I actually kind of we always kind of knew each other. I was friends with her sister back in school.
Oh, yeah.
And she's we're just friends in school, and then we kind of saw each other years later, just like a bar or whatever, just like random nights out, and and then just one day I just kind of messaged her. I saw her on Bumble. And then, but I was friends with her, and I messaged her. And I was like, "Hey, I saw you on Bumble. Do you want to go to a movie?" And then,
nice.
and then we went and about a couple of weeks later, we went and saw Endgame, Avengers. Yeah, Endgame. Was it Endgame? No, Infinity War. I think it's too early for Endgame. Infinity Wars. Yeah. One of them, whatever it was, and rest is history.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fucking, that's the best way to do it with someone you know. And you're like, I like this person. Let's try this out.
100%.
Rather than fucking through actually using Bumble or any of the apps.
Yeah.
Where it's all a facade, a fucking interview process. And
exactly.
And then months later, you find out that fucking she was just telling you what she thought you wanted to hear, and that's not who she really is. And
exactly. And then you wasted all that time for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And crazy comes out.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah, no, it's it's been a journey for sure.
Yeah, nice. Mm. So fucking what inspired the discharge?
It was actually kind of like I always wanted to do it, but my wife was the influence. She's like, just get out of there. You seem unhappy. I wanted to do it for years, even before I deployed, but just kind of never really had the balls to do it because it was like my safety blanket.
Yeah, security.
You know what I mean? And I really know like what to do. And then, didn't want to leave like my mates and, didn't really want to leave that lifestyle, and I just never really thought it was an option, to be honest. I just thought I thought I was going to be into army until I was fucking dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, Lauren was just really just said, just do it. Just Yeah. I got offered a really good job, and I was actually about to deploy again. And I was like, I don't want to really, because I was in the infancy of our relationship then too, and I don't really want to leave Lauren, because I did really like her, and but this job was in Canberra, So
Oh, yeah.
I had to move to Canberra to accept it. So that was another, big question mark. Did I want to fucking move to Canberra?
Yeah.
It's cold as
Employed for 6
shit.
months, we'll leave.
Yeah. So I ended up accepting the job, moving to Canberra, and Lauren came with me.
Yeah.
So once she said she would come with me, it kind of just made everything was kind of easy from there.
Yeah. So you started applying for jobs while you were still in.
Yeah.
See what other options are around.
I just applied for. What happened? I can't remember how I even got that job. I think I applied for it. I don't know if it was through Seek though. I think it might have been through like LinkedIn or something.
No.
Yeah, and then just they got offered that job, and it was awesome. It was the best decision I ever made getting out.
Nice.
Yeah,
Wasn't hard to walk away when you were walking into
not
something?
really, no, because I walked straight into like another government job.
Yeah.
It wasn't defense, but it was still government, so I still had that that government entity. You know what I mean? Like I felt still that structure. But and it was okay. It was weird, but because I was wearing like full on corporate style clothing every day, and had a beard, and it was it was weird.
Mate, I'll wear corporate clothes and have a beard and work on base.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. But no, I actually really liked it. I actually really like Canberra. I really like that corporate style, like dressing up in like the cool outfits and real, looking good every day and stuff. But I
How long were you down there for?
I was there for, I think, I was there for about 16 months.
Okay.
Yeah, about 16. And then because I did about 8 months in this new job, and then I actually got offered a better job, more money with Telstra to work on defense networks.
How'd they find you?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I got a message on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened again. It was from the team leader on because all my stuff is defense, on my LinkedIn defense, blah blah blah. And so there was that correlation of me being a senior network engineer and having a defense background, and so it was just a no-brainer probably for them.
Yeah.
And I already had the MV2 clearance, which so that's another $100,000 tick. You know what I mean? So got and did that, and then I did that for another year in Canberra, and then I said to him, "Hey, can I go back to Brisbane and just work, from Gallipoli Barracks, DRN, DSN?"
Yep.
And then COVID hit when I was back in Brisbane, and then I was just working from home for the next year.
Mm-hmm.
And and then I was doing that up until about a year and a half ago. No, a bit longer now, about 2 years ago. And then I was doing Jericho and Telstra.
Yeah.
And then the business got too big, and it just needed me there full time. Yeah.
So tell me how that started.
Mate, we were in America, and we were talking about it. Because I used to have like
who's we?
Me and Lauren, my wife. Because we started it together. We did everything together.
Okay.
Yeah, and she was talking about like there's a business here, like because it really helped me. I used to have like lots of dandruff, skin irritation, itchy beard, like just the whole nine works. It was a fucking nightmare. And I just went and bought coconut oil, like the stuff from Woolies, in like that thick, like the unrefined coconut oil.
Yeah.
Just put it in a bit overnight, fucking got better. Skin was better, soothed. And then we started looking into the natural oils, and just kind of stemmed from that. And then, like we can do a business here. And then we'll drive on the way back from America. We just went there for a holiday. We were in the car, and I was like, babe, I'm just gonna start this. I'm just gonna, just drop a website and just, kick things off, see what happens. She's like, it's not the right time. She's like, it's not the right time. I'm like, fuck, I'm doing it. But Lauren, she's very that type of person. She's a lot more conservative than I am. I'm not that risk taker.
Yeah.
So I just did it all, and then it just kind of, like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't an overnight success by any means. Like the first 2 years, it was a slow burn. You know what I mean? First 6 months, we were just like in our little the first couple of months, we were on just we were still in Canberra at the time, and we were every time an order would come in, we'd just make it up on the stove. Like I'd melt the butters down on the bum on the stove on the kitchen stove. Yeah, I used to I used to make one order because we'd only get maybe one order a day. Sometimes one order every 2 days. Real slow burn.
Yeah.
And then there was a bit of traction. I think we were spending $10, $20 a day in marketing, just like Facebook or Meta ads.
Yeah.
Really not much. And then, we started to, get a bit of build up. I still remember the first order. We got a picture of it, lumberjack oil, and a lady messaged us about it, And then after that, we moved to Brisbane. So I came back to Brisbane, and we're living at Gaythorne, right next to the army barracks there. So I could just basically walk onto base. But I never walked. There's no walking.
but you couldn't.
I could have, but I never did. And then we had like a little like a sunroom in like it was like a little room with like lots of windows, basically. Set all that up, and basically ran the business out of there. And that's when we brought on an agency, like a marketing agency, and then that's when things really used to pick, like really picked up. Like we were like, don't get me wrong, we were doing really well, like getting better and better and better. But once we brought the agency on, they structured our ads, and there was definitely a big upkeep in sales.
Yeah.
And then we moved into the spare bedrooms. We had the 2 bedrooms, and that was basically the stock. So that was full stock. And then we moved to another house, and then had a 4-car garage underneath the house, and that was basically our entire warehouse. That was our warehouse.
Yeah.
We had our first employee there. We ended up having 2 employees there actually. One was we brought on another maker, someone to help make the products, and another person to pack all the orders. And then and my mum. My mum was doing like on the side. You know what I mean? She was still working at Myer. Right. She used to work for Royal Dalton. She was like sales lady there.
Oh yeah.
And then we went over to, it was getting run out of space again. We went to G-Bung warehouse. It was only about 90 square meters. 110 square meter max, maybe with the mezzanine up top. But we didn't use much up top in the beginning. And then brought on my mum full time. Brought on my auntie full time, which is my mother's sister.
Yeah.
So they both quit their jobs and both came on full time.
Right.
We hired a full time maker, not the original one. She left, and we brought another one full time. That warehouse completely maxed out. Like upstairs as well. So it was fully maxed out. Like there was boxes on boxes, and there was no aircon in there. It was like.
It's a fucking sweatshop.
It was a sweatshop. It was bad, and like especially with our butters, because our butters used to melt.
I had one fucking turned to liquid.
Yes, yeah, they used to melt bad, like especially with the old ingredients, and they were melting while she was piping them. You know what I mean? And we didn't have enough fridge space as well. We didn't have 1 fridge, 2 fridges, but like they were small fridges. There's no space, and luckily there was aircon in the packing area. Otherwise, there would have been no business today. And then after that, we moved to North Lakes, and that is where we currently are now. And we originally had the 1 warehouse, and then that ran out of space, and we bought another warehouse, and ran out of space, and now we bought the big warehouse. And so now we're going to have the 3 warehouses. So we're moving all operations into the new warehouse, and the other warehouses will be storage. So
fucking huge.
Yeah.
When you say bought the warehouse, you mean you actually bought them, or you
bought them? We own the 3 warehouses.
Yeah, fucking hell, that's an investment on its own. Yeah.
Bloody oath. It's funny, and it's costing us, but no, it's it was the right thing to do. I just didn't want to rent them. To me, it's dead money.
Yeah, that's massive. As far as fucking future equity and
absolutely.
Just to fill in a couple of the gaps, fucking when you said it was a slow burn at the start, like did that process take 2 years, or fucking 2 years in the sunroom and then bang, everything happened real quick?
It was 2 years until 2.5 years. Like 2019, it was 2 years until we moved into our first warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one where we rented a G-Bung.
Yeah.
And then we were there for another. Actually, no, it would have been about a year and about 9 months, And then we moved into the warehouse because we were there for 2 years. Because we did the full 2-year lease. And then been at the other warehouses now.
So how do you go from fucking putting coconut oil in your beard to finding fucking recipes on how to make beard oil?
Mate, a lot of research, a lot of YouTube. I reckon I spent about a month's worth of watching YouTube, and I'm talking about months worth of hours of watching YouTube on, especially from the Americans, because that's where a lot of the big beard brands are, you know, and there's a lot of people that do a lot of home stuff, like making all their stuff themselves, and it just kind of stemmed from that, just that was my start point,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then it would, do a lot of research into which oils are the best, which blends of oils are the best, which ratios are the best,
Yeah.
and then you have to, but then but there's a lot of my own personal stuff onto it as well, like a lot of, like the 7 deadly sins, I love that whole theme and style and artwork, I want it to be a real, like a grungy style brand. I wanted to mix elegance or sophistication and grunge together.
Yeah.
I wanted to be, that real street style brand, but that style of sophistication in there as well.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I wanted to hit both worlds, and and there really is no limit or ceiling on what we can go with it. I never wanted the name beard in the brand, in the name, because it limits, what we
else
can,
you can do.
that's right. Jericho Australia, you have to look into the name look into the brand to realize what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jericho Australian beard, you wouldn't, no idea. You know what I mean? No one would think that's fucking beard care brand. You know what I mean?
Where'd Jericho come from?
It's really simple. It's as I said, I didn't want beard in the name, and in the Bible, Joshua fought the battle of Jericho. That was literally it. And I just wanted I wanted Australia to be in the name, because it really cements that Australian made, and we are like to the max Australian made, Australian owned. We really, there's videos of us hand making all of our products.
Yeah. I've
You
seen
know,
them,
so.
And how did you go with fucking? So I gather you tested all the stuff before you fucking
A lot of
put it
testing.
out to the street.
A lot of testing.
How'd you go with the smells and stuff? How'd you get the scents?
A lot of testing. So the test that, there's a lot of fragrance companies out there that, create fragrances, essential oils. We blend essential oils together. We blend fragrances together. We go for the phthalate free fragrances, the no solvent fragrances. The fragrances are synthetic, but it's like they're 1% makeup of the ingredients, so all the ingredients are locally sourced, all 100% natural, but when it comes to picking the fragrances, it's just, now it's a group thing. It used to be a me thing or me and my wife thing, but now it's a group thing. It goes through every single person in the warehouse, and everyone, and, and there's a lot of trial and testing, we really have to, and it has to link to the name too, especially in the 7 sins, the scent and the name have to match.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like lust has to be like a real date night type scent. Greed has to be that like sophisticated cologne, like high end type smell.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, and gluttony, you'd think, which is what it's pink sugar.
Big obesity.
That's right.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, there's some good ones. I like the Devil's Rum. That's my favourite one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Definitely. That was my old OG one. Suits and Cigars, Devil's Rum, Panther. Well, my 3 OGs, but I've got Greed is probably now my number 1. I love it. Can't get enough of it.
Oh, yeah.
You have to, have you tried it?
Nah.
Give it a go, mate. It'll change your life.
That fucking last one sounds right as well.
Yeah, it's real good.
For the girls.
Yeah, definitely. Lust is it's probably top 3 Lust for sure. Yeah.
Nice. But how do you go with all the artwork and stuff? Have you got a team of fucking designers on?
We have a veteran. There's a veteran, Cody. Cody's art.
Cody's art.
Yeah.
He did that.
Oh yeah, there you go. He does all our logos.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I like. He's an awesome dude. He did all of our Sins logos. Yeah, and he did our
branching out.
Panther logo, did our Leo logo. He didn't do our skull our brand logo because we had another graphic designer do that. That was because I didn't know of him then. But yeah, no, he's done all of our logos.
He's good, eh?
He's a good dude, man. And like, you don't really have to give him much, eh? Just like give him like kind of like an idea and he just runs with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, fucking. I didn't give him anything for that. I was like, I want to start a podcast called Grey Man. Fucking, maybe a grey beard.
Yeah.
And fucking he just did that.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's good. He's good.
Yeah.
Got his book too, the children's book.
Kids book.
Yeah, kids book. Yeah, read that to Leo, to the puppets and stuff like that.
Yeah. I saw him boxing it up. That's awesome.
That was good. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking killing it. And all the other stuff you got fucking cracking along with it. The fucking colognes and stuff.
Oh,
One of my mates didn't even know you did beards because he buys your cologne.
Oh. That's awesome. That's awesome.
He's like, you got to get a cologne. It's fucking awesome.
Mate, the goal for Jericho is to be your one-stop shop for everything men's. Men's grooming. It's right now where, like I want to do skincare. I want to do hair care. I want to do deodorants. We've mastered beard care. I believe we've mastered colognes. And that's kind of what I want to do. While my vision is for North Lakes, the area, is to really complete that. Is to be like, at the moment it's the 3 warehouses, but I'd like to maybe look at a barbershop, in like our area, and then have like a couple of chairs running there, so you guys can come in, get the products, for the skin, kind of your one-stop shop, and then like a bit of a little coffee shop, and everything going on there, But yeah, there's a lot on the cards, man. It's just about when to pull the trigger, It's because you can't pull the trigger on everything at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Step by step.
Yeah.
How many people are you employing at the moment?
We actually just lost 4 people all at once. One was with us for 2.5 years. She's just moved to Canada. Another one is moved back to WA. Another one went to work for her dad, and another one just went to she wanted to work at home a lot more because she didn't want to miss out on her kids. Lives basically.
Yeah.
So all 4 all at once, 2 weeks. So that was a big hit. I was like, it is what it is, but we're still trucking along. So we went from, I think 14, 15 down to 10.
Okay.
But we did have, we had the Chermside pop up. I brought one of them she's continued with us full time. And so, yeah, I think there's about 14, 15 currently.
What are they? What do you like hire them as?
So we have basically 2 kind of like main streams, which is the product makers and the product or the order packers.
What do they fucking bring to the table when they've got like
nothing?
What do you put on fucking Seek when you're trying to find these people?
Nothing. We say no experience needed.
Yeah.
We teach everything. Because we want everything done a certain way. You know what I mean? Like we want my vision, like my whole scope with when you receive a Jericho order, it has to be an experience of opening. It's not just open the box and be done with it. I want it to be packed nicely, to receive a thank you, because you've spent your money on us, and that means so much to us. So we want to really, say thank you. I want it to be an experience, a bit of a note to say thank you. Something about your next order, a little bit of a link. If you have any questions, you can jump on. You scan your QR code. And I want it to be like opening your own present. You know what I mean? And because as I said, it's money's hard to get, man. So like if you're spending on us, we want to say thank you.
Yeah, no.
And so we teach everything a certain way. Everything from every single product, how to make it is taught. As long as you can retain some information, and you have a bit of like care in how you do things, like you'd be a good fit. Yeah.
You hire veterans?
We actually just hired a veteran yesterday.
Right.
Oh, no, sorry, today. It was his first day today. Yep. Yeah, he started today. We put up an ad on. We didn't want to do Seek anymore, man, because Seek's just it's expensive.
Oh, is it?
It's like $900, like for some ads. You know, it's just crazy. And like it's up for 30 days, and we had like all these applicants, and like it's just like no one gelled with us. You know.
Mm. Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Is it more about the personality?
It's it's about personality, man. You know, if we're vibing, you know, that's really what I'm looking for. You know.
Yeah.
So we put this up on the North Lakes community page. We had a fair few people reach out.
Right.
He came in. You know, he's a good dude. Yeah, he was ex Ramey.
Right.
So he started today. He hasn't worked for like a couple of years. So it's good to get him out of the house and back into things. So
Yeah, beautiful.
yeah. Mm.
So what's your vision for the future? You're looking at fucking getting so big you've got fucking just machines doing all the work? Or?
Mate, there'll always be a handmade, you know, like there'll be machines to help us out, you know, but...
And bottling and stuff.
Yeah, but there'll always be a handmade.
Who does that, fucking bottling?
All of us.
Putting it in the bottles?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So you just get empty bottles and fucking...
Yeah.
And then you mix up the stuff yourself?
Yeah, we mix it all. We, you know, funnel it in. We have this machine. It's like a manual machine where you put all the oil into like this big, you know, funnel type thing, and it sets at a different ratio. So it actually, you pull like the trigger or the lever, and then it actually pulls out like 50 mils.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
so you just do that, boom, boom, boom. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we label it, put the lids on all of ourselves, label it, you know, box it, pack it, ship it, everything.
Fuck.
Yeah, everything's handmade, man. Yeah, it's crazy. The only real machine that we have is our crimping machine, which is like gas operated, which crimps our cologne lids.
Okay.
Yeah, but we pour the colognes in though.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight out of a jug.
Well, you've got a big cauldron and fucking...
Yeah, we do for our shampoos. We have a big fucking cauldron. Yeah, we mix it all, you know. It's yeah, man. It's but the vision is, everyone keeps asking me this, and I stood. Someone was like, "Oh, you want to be like acquired, you know, but like a bigger brand or something like that." I said maybe one day Estee Lauder. Someone says like maybe Estee Lauder will come buy you or something, you know. And I was like, well, I'd like to be big enough that maybe one day we can buy Estee Lauder. You know. So, mate, the sky's the limit. You know, there's a lot in my head that I want to do. Just it's about timing.
So 2018, 19, 20, 21. So it's only been the last few years it's sort of gone gangbusters.
Yeah. Forever learning.
Still early days.
Forever learning, man. Like I'm doing, you know, like a lot of self-study, you know, about, you know, doing a lot of the stuff myself. You know, I've taken a big step. Like I don't do any of like the daily governing of anything anymore. Like I have my mum, which is she's the warehouse manager. She's the logistics manager. She's awesome, man. My mum is the most creative person I know, and she's, you know, and my wife is like, she is like you know, she's the brake to me. You know, if it was up,
calm down.
Yeah, literally. If it was up to me, you know, like we would have done. I don't know if it would be good or bad, you know, but you know, she is she's definitely like that level head, you know, and she really has like a good eye for like that, you know, that logistical thing. I don't know how she does it, but she's just really, really good at problem solving. You know, she's awesome. And I don't give her enough credit for it, but but that's just the type of person I don't like say thank you, you know. But I definitely think it, you know what I mean. But yeah, she's awesome. She's great.
Nice.
And my auntie as well, my auntie Tanya. She is like she's you know, she's all over everything. You know, they have that real attention to detail. And our head product maker Amy, mate, she's awesome. She is she's gun ho. You ask, mate, she smashes out products, like smashes them. she's an absolute chef in the kitchen. She's awesome, mate. Awesome.
And you being a fucking entrepreneur of sorts.
Yeah, apparently.
Do you find time, or do you make time fucking Do you structure your time so that you got enough time off and look after yourself? And
We're pretty good now, man. We're in a pretty good position now that like I can step away. You know, we just went to Cairns for, it wasn't long. It was only 5 days, but my mum came with me, my dad, and my wife and my son and my sister. We all went there, and the business still runs smoothly.
Yeah,
you know, like I don't need, and like I can do a lot of that stuff. The only real stuff that I will still look after is the email replies. Me and my wife do it because, that's one thing that really I need to do. We always need to do well is communication. I need to reply to people fucking straight away because
do you fucking switch it off at 5 o'clock though?
No, and my wife will say to me, Josh, it's past, it's 9. Why are you replying to people at fucking 11:30 at night? I was like, because, mate, it's because it's memorable. You know what I mean? If you fucking message Kmart at 12:30 at night, are they going to be replying? No fucking way. 2 weeks later, mate, you'll be lucky to get a reply. You know what I mean? It's because people, as I said, people. It's hard to earn money. People are buying your stuff, and they deserve communication. And we really pride ourselves on. We're not just a brand. We're like we're a community. Like we're a family, and I want people deserve quick responses.
Yeah.
It's just, and it's not hard. It takes me 10 seconds. But mind you, I stop everything in the world that I'm doing, and I'll fucking stand in the middle of the house. And Lauren's like, "Why are you standing there?" She's like, "I'm just replying to someone quickly." She's like, "Well, it's kind of odd behavior for you to be standing like in the middle of the kitchen, or just give me a second." Yeah,
it's my thing. Leave me alone.
Yeah, exactly. It is my thing. I'm comfortable. Yeah.
And fucking you ship around everywhere in Australia, I take it?
Yeah, we do 99.99. Actually, no. I'll say 99% Australia, 1% New Zealand.
Oh yeah. You find most of your base is local, or spread out?
It's Queensland. It's your big states. Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, the 3 main ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
That marketing team's got you all around the place.
Yeah. We have I think we're stocked in about 400 plus stores now around Australia. But big majority is Shaver Shop, which is like 140 stores across Australia.
That's where I found you first, actually.
Yeah. And New Zealand, Tommy Guns, Cole Naylor, quite a fair few places there.
You reach out to him yourself? Or?
No. So Cole Naylor, I was actually sitting in the chair with the owner of the North Lake store, and we just kind of got talking. Tommy Guns reached out to us. Shaver Shop reached out to us. Yeah. Mate, fucking in the first year, I think I look in the history. It's so funny. I think I sent about 100 Instagram messages to barbershops. I reckon I got 2 replies. And now I haven't asked anyone to be a stockist for the last 2 years, and they all reached out to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Killing it.
Yeah.
What do you do in your spare time?
Oh, mate, I'm a big anime fan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, love it. Breathe it, live it, love it. It was huge. Just went to Japan last year. Didn't spend enough time there. And I was with my wife, and she fucking hates anime. Well, she doesn't hate it. She's just not big into it.
Yeah.
It's not like she's like, don't watch it.
I understand.
Yeah. So I did a Hakibara there, but I didn't get enough time to do the anime stuff. We did a bit of a tour, but I'm just real big into it, man. I just love it. It's like my getaway.
Yeah.
It's like real escape type shit for me. But it's because I grew up with it. Where all my cousins, we all used to be real big into Dragon Ball Z, like Pokemon, growing up. And that's just like, I don't know. And now I've just watched literally fucking everything. I watched a show, 8 episodes on a bartending anime. It was a guy making drinks.
I had Tom Brown on fucking a few weeks ago He's like you, fucking big anime fan, fucking
man.
rattling off all these names of movies and shows,
Yeah.
and I was like,
It's good, man. Good shit. It's good stuff. But apart from that, man, just love spending time with my family. My son Leo, love watching him grow. Don't really do much, like, too like outdoorsy stuff as much as I'd like to. The boys were just actually on the way here. We're just talking about doing a camping trip just with the boys and our kids, which is, I think would be good. So we're gonna look at doing that. All the grunts. So it should be good.
Yeah, nice. Fucking being in the infantry hasn't scared him off fucking camping.
No, mate, I say that's my excuse though.
I'm not going fucking field.
Yeah, I'm not going field. No way.
Yeah, it's either one or the other, eh? You either love the bush and you fucking spend as much time as you can out there.
I think this is beach bush camping though. Like Stratty or something like that.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah. One of my mates is fucking recon, and he's like, I'm never fucking going bush again. I give a fuck.
No way. No, yeah, especially recon, man. Fuck that.
It's fucking ruined for him.
Oh, 100%. And life in general. Mate, nah, that's a no for me. Walking around a 40 kilo on your back all day, that's gross, man. It's a shit, that's gross.
Yeah.
I remember doing that. We did that, that 40 click. We did a 40 clicker.
40 clicks.
Yeah, I'm still suffering from that, man.
I'm still sore.
Mate, it was take your boots off and it's just all blood in your shoes.
Oh, fuck.
It's just in your socks, I should say. It's
40 clickers. What the fuck are you doing 40 Ks for?
That was before everyone deployed to Afghan.
Just like getting ready.
Yeah, it was like
how long did it take?
8 hours. I think it was like a midnight step off. Getting in it was like getting in at 8 a.m. or some shit.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was gross, man. And like people were taking breaks, having darbs, because it was like, people were spread out across across a kilometer. Because you get like those jets, just getting out there, those donkeys just fucking smashing it, and you get those like lazy bones, right at the backs, and everyone takes breaks, having darbs, people sitting down having lunch, well, breakfast, I should say. But yeah, it was that was gross, man. I remember that was a stain. That was a big part, a core memory of my of my career.
What did you do in the military? Well,
yeah, yeah. No, that was gross. Where
was it?
That was at High Range. I talked to a lot of guys at grunts, and throughout even now that they're like, oh yeah, we did 40 clicker. I'm like did you not hate it? I'm like, no, it's all right. I'm like, fucking, did you have nothing in your pack or something? I hated it, mate. It was from the moment I stepped off, I was in agony. From the moment I fucking got there. Literally 8 hours of thinking to myself, like, why?
What am I doing?
Just what am I doing with my life? Just why?
All the choices that brought you to that moment.
It sucked. It sucked. And like our packs weren't even heavy. I think we had to weigh them. Well, I don't know if everyone had to weigh them, but our section definitely had to weigh them. And it was like only about 20 kilos. But that was just packs.
That's enough.
Yeah.
40 kilos.
Yeah. It was death.
No weapons.
No, it was weapons.
Plus weapons.
Just weapons, yeah. Weapons, yeah. Webbing and pack. It sucked. Yeah.
You lose a bunch of people?
Yeah, I think most people made it though. I think it was about 10 blokes.
The whole platoon, or?
No, across the whole deployment. So it was about, I can't remember how many people, but it would have been about 300 people, I reckon, even like including like support.
But you didn't go because you went to jail.
Yeah. No, I didn't go. That was Timor. I didn't go because I had a full big on run. It was real random. I got changed to company sick. Just like the old OC left, and for some reason, like they did a new manning, and I was fucking the OC sick. And then we went out like on our first bush X, and it just like I don't know, he just didn't like me. Maybe I did something wrong, but I don't know. I did have I was pissing razor blades.
Oh yeah.
That and I and I don't know, he just probably got the wrong idea of me, and then he just pulled me off the trip basically like a week later.
Yeah, right.
So after that bush X, that was after that clicker though. That was and
So you did a SIG specialty at some stage?
yeah, that sucked too. I mean, I to be honest, I was like, I wasn't a big fan of the grunt, part of my career,
Other than the mateship.
Yeah, that's mate. The mates was the best part. Was the best part about it for sure. I didn't want to leave because of my mates, but no, the lifestyle wasn't for me. The job. Sorry, not the lifestyle was for me, but the job wasn't for me.
Yeah.
It's like in infantry. It's like it's an easy job, but it's hard to be good at it.
Like the fucking physical grind.
And to stand out. To really it's hard to show you're dominant or to show that you're like an expert. You know what I mean? And it's I don't know. It's all that tab data stuff, man. Like being an expert at tab data. I hated it.
Yeah,
it wasn't. It was like the idea of it was cool. It's a cool thing.
Yeah, you have to live and breathe it.
You do.
Yeah.
Take my hat off to those to the guys that really do well in it. Man, you have to be a certain type of bloke, I think, especially like once you get into like the SF style. You have to be a certain type of bloke.
Did you do any support courses other than SIGs?
Just SIGs. Did the sniper course, but ended up doing my back. And that was it.
But did you voluntarily separate? Or maybe?
Yeah, voluntarily. As I said, got offered the better money.
Yeah.
Better job. Well, better, yeah. Let's say better job, but yeah, better money.
Yeah.
And it was time, man.
Not hard.
It was time, bro. It was time. It was a long time coming. So
11 years, it seems to be fucking, I reckon there's three stages. You either do your 4 and get out.
Yeah.
You do 10 or 11 and get out.
Yeah.
Or you're there forever.
There forever. You die there, man. Yeah. They have to push.
Or you're a crusty old woe that's getting kicked out.
They have to push you out, yeah. No, it's time for you to leave, mate.
4 marriages and 37 injuries.
That's right.
Yeah, no plenty of them.
Oh, mate, it was, as I said, still the best decision ever made. Join an army for sure, man. I loved it. I loved a lot of aspects about it, and a lot of moments. A lot of fucking bad moments, though.
Yeah. Fucking oath. You hate it, but you love it.
Yeah.
Like you're there the whole time you're there, you're fucking bitching and whinging and complaining.
Yeah.
And then you leave and you're like, I miss it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and you won't make better mates, man. You won't make better mates anywhere.
No, never.
Yeah.
I've talked about it a fair bit on here, but to fucking repeat myself, it's just the mates that, are always there for you.
Yeah, 100%.
Call them anytime, fucking, they'll help you move. Fucking
anything.
Yeah.
Mate, you can ask, mate, I had a mate pack my bat while I was shitting in a bucket. But just one day in Iraq, I don't know, it must have been something I ate, but I was in the most excruciating pain in my stomach. And I couldn't walk, I couldn't move, and I had to get to the toilet, and I couldn't make it. And I found a fucking mop bucket, and there was a guy patting my back. That's the type of mate,
That's a friend.
That is a friend.
Is that the one fucking SIG dude that you're still friends with?
Yes, it literally is. It is. And he came to my wedding.
Did he bring a bucket?
No, he didn't.
Do you do any collab fucking fragrances? Like Grey Man Podcast fucking
No, but we
oils?
can. We can.
Do you do any stuff like that?
No, but we can.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, we do. We've done some collab stuff before. Like Wood Smoke was with the Smoke and Beard. So we did like a barbecue smell.
Oh, yeah.
Like a collab scent with them. We did the Morning Glory scent, which is a collab with Sleepy Reaper coffee.
Oh, yeah. It's got a very coffee fucking smell.
It is, yeah. The blokes up in Victoria there, or down in Victoria. So yeah, they're a bunch of veterans there too. So we definitely do lots of collab stuff for sure. I'm actually looking for something. It's probably almost time to do something new. So yeah,
Nice.
we get a lot of requests.
Yeah, people fucking reaching out.
Yeah, we just don't really have to. It's you can't do everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to kind of suit your fucking
Yeah.
suit your brand as well.
Yeah.
And you just get Cody to fucking whatever new coming up. And
That's right. Yeah, he did the Morning Glory fucking one as well.
Skeletons.
He's done it all. He's all over it. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Cool, man. Fucking anything else you want to fucking push or fucking let people know?
Oh, I think we've covered everything. I think we've covered everything. You know, there is a lot planned for Jericho. I know a lot of people want to know what's next, but we can't give away all our secrets. But there's something in the works. There's a lot in the works. We got. I will say there's Father's Day coming up. So we'll start on that end of July. So around the 27th, there's some real cool stuff coming for that. So stay tuned for Father's Day. And yeah, Christmas is going to be pretty epic as well.
Nice.
There's going to be some real cool limited edition stuff coming. But in terms of the next, you know, releases, yeah, stay tuned because it's in the works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't rest on your laurels. You're always fucking like, what's next? What's next?
Absolutely, man. I try to do like a year plan.
Yeah.
You know, and now I'm looking at a 5-year plan. So
there always seems to be fucking something new, something fucking.
Yeah.
You
got to keep it fresh, man. You know, people get bored. You know, they want new stuff. You have to stay relevant too. You know, people, you know, like sponsorships, you know, like donations, you know, you have to like remain at the forefront of people's eyes, you know, otherwise you can just fall into the background, you know, and just become, you know, that thing that used to be.
Constant grind.
Oh, mate, it is. It's a constant grind.
No, you're doing well, man. I love all of it. The branding and fucking the look of it and smell of it. And
yeah, appreciate that.
Give girls hugs in there.
That's it. Mate, that's what we're going for.
Smells delicious.
That's what we're going for. Yeah.
Nice. Well done, man. You're fucking killing it.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us, man.
Cheers.
Thanks, brother.